and thank you so much for joining me today on the mat. We're going to go ahead and get started in a child's pose. So walking your hands forward, bringing your head towards the mat, and pressing your bum into your feet, and just taking a few moments here to relax. Everything we have going on in the world around us, it's important just to take some time out for ourselves, for our mental health, for our well-being. Just to relax. And then I want you to walk your hands over to the right, just getting a nice stretch through that left side body. Pressing into the left sit bones, just feeling that nice stretch along the left side. Breathing gently. And then walking the hands over to the left, pressing into the right sit bones. Again, just feeling that stretch all the way down the right side body this time. Nice deep inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, bring your hands back to the front of the mat. Come up onto the hands and knees. And we're going to do some cat-cows. So as you inhale, I want you to round through the spine. And as you exhale, I want you to drop the belly to the floor, lift the chest. Inhale, round through the spine. Exhale, drop the belly to the floor, lift the chest. And again, inhale and exhale. And one more, rounding through the spine and dropping the chest to the ground. Very good. From here, I want you to sweep your right hand to the ceiling. Exhale, bring the right shoulder down to the mat. Again, inhale, reach the right hand to the ceiling. Exhale, shoulder to the mat. Inhale to the ceiling. And exhale, shoulder to the mat. And I want you just to hold here. You're welcome to stay here. Or if you'd like to increase the intensity, you can extend the left arm out in front of you and the right leg out behind you. And if you'd like, you can also lift that right leg off the mat. Or you can just stay in a simple twist here, getting that stretch all the way through the back of the arm, through the back of the shoulder blade. And then coming back to all fours. And then the other side, left hand, sweep it up to the ceiling. And then shoulder to the mat. Again, up to the ceiling, shoulder to the mat. Just getting that nice twist as we work through here, dropping the left shoulder down to the mat. And you're welcome to stay here, or you can extend the right arm out and the left leg out behind you. And if you'd like, you can lift that left leg up to the ceiling, or you can just stay with your shoulder on the mat, getting a nice twist here. Breathing in and exhale. Very good. Making your way back to all fours. You're going to press into the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips, making your way into our first downward dog. You can pedal out the feet if you'd like, shift through the hips, or just stay in your downward dog, whatever feels right for you. Breathing here. And then I want you to go ahead and step or jump your feet to the front of the mat. Take a big inhale and an exhale, fold. And then inhale, rise all the way up to the ceiling, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway, lengthen, nice long flat back. Exhale, step or jump your feet, lower down, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Moving your way through your upward dog, and then on an exhale, making your way to a downward dog. And just breathing here, pressing into the hands, into the feet, lifting the sit bones to the ceiling, drawing the belly button to spine. Nice big inhale and exhale. When you're ready, take a gaze forward, and on the inhale, step or jump the feet to the front of the mat. And on the exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way back up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come halfway, lengthen, nice long flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, step or jump your feet back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, opening through the chest. And then exhale, making your way to a downward dog. Again, just breathing here, pressing into the hands, evenly pressing those pads of the hands down to the mat, lifting just through the palm of the hand just a bit. Bending the knees just a little bit, and I want you to inhale, lift the right leg to the ceiling. Nice three-legged dog. You can go ahead and bend that right knee if you'd like, open up through the hip flexors. Maybe roll that ankle Just get a nice opening here, keeping the shoulders squared to the mat. And then inhale, extend that leg back up to the ceiling. And on the exhale, you're going to go ahead and bring that right leg through. We're coming into a side plank. You're welcome to keep that leg nice and lifted, or you can drop the right knee to the mat if you need, but engaging through that core, holding a side plank here. And then I want you to extend that right leg out in front of you, and you're going to open up the chest, arching back. Nice chest opener here. Inhale and exhale. And then go ahead and bring that foot back through, and you're going to sweep it up to the ceiling, three-legged dog. And then step that foot all the way forward, coming into a nice low sprinter's pose. So knees, back knees on the ground, hands are lifted to the sky. We're reaching back, getting a nice hip flexor stretch on the left. Breathing here, inhale. Then I want you to circle that right hand back to the calf. Nice little twist, gentle twist, and an opening here through the chest, through the hip flexor. Taking the gaze to the ceiling, very good. And then bringing both hands back down to the mat, and you're going to rise up into a high lunge, and we're going to twist the left hand to the mat, right hand to the ceiling. Twisted lunge. Breathing here. Very good. Both hands come back down to the mat. You're going to straighten the back leg. We're coming into forward facing triangle. You can move the feet closer together if you need. Trying to keep both legs straight. Trying to keep the hips nice and level. Hands can be on your shin or on your thigh if you need as well. Breathing here. And then you're going to step that left foot back just a little bit. We're going to open up into a warrior two. So hips are facing the side of the room. Hands are reaching in opposite directions, and gaze over that right middle finger. Breathing here, sinking into that right knee. Inhale. Very good. And then we're going to move into a warrior one. So go ahead and turn the hips to the front, lift the hands to the ceiling, breathing through here. And then hands come back to the mat, and you're going to sweep that leg up to the ceiling and make your way down into a three-legged chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Other side. Left leg, sweep it up to the ceiling, and if you'd like, you can bend that left knee, open the hips up, maybe roll that ankle around. Or you can just stay in your three-legged downward dog, that's fine too. Again, extend that leg to the ceiling. And then we're going to sweep the leg through, but we're making our way onto a side plank. So you can keep the leg lifted, or you can drop the knee to the mat if you need. But we're engaging through the obliques here, engaging through the core. Breathing here. Very good. You're going to extend that left leg out in front of you, open up through the chest. Breathing here, inhale. And exhale, good. Sweep that leg all the way back up to the ceiling. And then I want you to step that left foot through, drop the right knee, and we're coming into a nice low lunge, getting into that right hip flexor. Breathing here, inhale. And exhale. Good, and inhale. And then you're going to sweep that left hand around, drop the left hand to the right calf, and continue to reach through that right hand. A nice stretch here for the chest and also for the hip flexor. Very good, inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands back to the mat. You're going to lift that right knee, and you're going to sweep the left hand to the ceiling with a nice twisted lunge. Breathing here, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Good. Both hands come to the mat. Step the back foot slightly closer. Straighten both legs. We're coming into a forward-facing triangle. Breathing here, inhale. And exhale. Good, and inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and step that right foot back just a little bit deeper. We're making our way into a warrior two. So hips opening up to the side of the room. Hands are reaching opposite directions. And your gaze is over that left middle finger. Breathing here, inhale. And exhale, we're going to pivot to the front as we make our way into a warrior one. So reaching the hands to the ceiling, hips are facing forward, bending into that left knee. And then go ahead and place both hands to the mat, sweep that left foot to the ceiling, and then we're going to swan dive down into our chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, making our way to a downward dog. Right leg sweeps up to the ceiling on the inhale, again opening the hips to the side, but this time we're going to drop that foot to the mat, opening up into a wild thing. So pressing the hips to the ceiling, getting that stretch through the quads, through the hip flexors, through the chest, the shoulders. Nice opening here, breathing through it. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale. We're going to make our way back to a side plank. So this time both legs are stacked. If you need, you're welcome to drop that bottom leg to the mat. If not, just stay here. And I want you to lift your hips to the ceiling as high as you can. And then I want you to reach your hand overhead and get a nice stretch through the side body. And then make your way back to your three-legged downward dog. And then you're going to step the right foot all the way to the front. And you're going to drop your left hip to the mat. Getting a nice stretch through that IT band on the left side. Breathing here, inhale. And exhale. Good. Hands come back to the mat. And then you're going to sweep that right foot all the way up to the ceiling once more. And then you're going to make your way into a swan pose. So bringing that right leg forward, drop the knee to the mat. And then I want you to reach back with your left hand, grabbing your left foot. And work to bring that foot towards your glute. Getting a nice quad stretch. Breathing here, inhale. And exhale. Good. Release that leg. And then gently melt forward into your pigeon pose. Now to make this more challenging, you're going to move your right shin parallel to the front of the mat. To make it easier on the knees, you're going to bring that right foot closer to your hips. And just try to center that weight over the hips. Try not to lean off to the right or to the left, but try to keep that weight nice and centered as you breathe here. Then slowly walk your hands back. And you're going to sweep your left leg all the way around, and you're going to stack knees and ankles. So left leg's on top, left foot is on top of left knee, and left knee is on top of right foot. And you're going to sit up nice and tall. And then I just want you to walk your hands forward as we start to stretch through the backs of the glutes, through the hips, backs of the hips. Breathing here. And then slowly come back up, release the legs, rise up, Navasana, boat pose. Breathing here, drawing the lower belly up and in. Very good, inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale. And then exhale, cross the ankles and roll through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, making your way to a downward dog. And left side, inhale, left leg sweep up to the ceiling. Bend the knee and then drop that left foot all the way to the mat, opening up to the chest. Getting a nice stretch to that hip flexor, through the front body, through the shoulders, through the chest. Breathing here as you inhale. And then making your way to a side plank. And I want you to lift your hips to the ceiling as high as you possibly can, then extend the left arm over your head. It's getting a nice stretch through this side plank. And then making your way back to a three-legged downward dog. And then you're going to step your foot all the way forward and drop your right hip to the ground. Getting a nice stretch along that IT band, through that hip on the right side. Breathing here. Very good, inhale. And exhale, both hands come to the mat. Inhale, you're going to sweep the left leg back up to the ceiling. And then exhale, you're going to step that left foot forward, drop the knee to the mat, making your way into a swan pose. And then I want you to reach back with your right hand and draw your right foot closer to your glute, getting a nice stretch through that quad. Breathing here, inhale. And then slowly releasing that right leg, walking the hands down to the mat. And melting into our swan pose here. To make it more intense, you're going to bring that left foot, that left shin parallel to the front of the mat. To make it a bit easier on the knee, you're going to bring that left foot closer to your hip. Trying to keep that weight nice and centered so hips are squared over the mat. Just breathing here. And when you're ready, slowly walk the hands up and swing that right leg around. You're going to stack knees and ankles, sitting up nice and tall. And I'm going to have you walk your hands forward and fold from here. Getting that stretch to the back of the hips, to the glutes. When you're ready, slowly unwind and rise up Navasana. And we're going to lower. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Again, inhale up. Exhale down. Again, inhale. And exhale. And hold on the inhale. Squeezing through the lower abdominals, almost there. Inhale. And exhale, cross the ankles and roll through our chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale down to the knees, drop into a child's pose. Just taking a few moments here to breathe. Very good. Then I want you to rise up to your knees, place your hands on the back, on your low back, and just take a nice gentle arch back, opening up through the chest, breathing here, inhale. And exhale. Then I want you to extend the hands down to the heels. If you can, make the arch just a little bit more intense here. Breathing in and out. Hands can stay on the low back if you need. And to come back up, hands come back to the low back. You come back up. And then we're going to make our way back into a child's pose. Just a nice counter stretch for that arch. Relaxing the back. Just feeling the space that we've created in between the vertebrae. Because it feels so good. Breathing here. And then rising up to your downward dog. So pressing into the feet, into the hands, lifting the hips. We're going to jump through to seated. So we're going to cross our legs, come into a nice, comfortable seated position here. And then close your eyes. Bringing your focus to your breath. Maybe starting just by counting the breath, maybe in for 4 and out for 4. Just bringing the practice back, bringing your breath back, and turning your focus inward, breathing here. If you notice your mind starting to wander, just acknowledge those thoughts and let them go. Again, bringing your focus back inward. Maybe slowly starting to listen to the sounds around you. Just noticing them. Maybe you hear the birds chirping, the wind in the trees. Just noticing how beautiful nature is. How lucky we are to be alive, to be here, to be present. Sometimes we take so much of life for granted. It's nice to be able to just come back, to be present in the here and the now. Knowing that the small changes we make within will radiate to bigger changes that we can make in the world around us. That love we show ourselves is love that we can share with those around us as well. Slowly start to bring that awareness back to the body. Wiggling those fingers and rolling those wrists, moving through the shoulders. Taking a bit of a deeper breath here, inhale and exhale. Just taking a few moments to thank yourself for the time and for the energy that you've shared here today on the mat. When you're ready, go ahead and bring your hands together at your prayer at your heart center. Then raise that prayer to your third eye. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining me today on the mat, guys. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I hope to see you again soon.